What if one of the world's most beloved pets is considered food somewhere else? This question can be difficult to consider. It touches on deeply held beliefs about our relationship with animals. The bond between humans and pets like dogs and cats is something many of us cherish. We see them as members of our families. Comfort, companionship, unconditional love. The idea that these same animals could be viewed as a source of food is unsettling for many people across the globe. It challenges our own cultural norms and forces us to look at a world with very different perspectives and traditions, shaped by centuries of unique history and circumstances. With respect to all cultures, societies, and countries discussed in this video, the information presented is based on publicly documented research, historical records, and reports from animal welfare organizations. The purpose of this video is educational and informational only. It is not intended to judge, stereotype, or disrespect any culture, country, or people. Before we explore this complex topic, it is very important to approach it with cultural sensitivity. The purpose of this discussion is not to judge or condemn any culture. Instead, it is to understand the various reasons behind these practices. Traditions and customs around the world are incredibly diverse. What is normal in one society may be unthinkable in another. Our goal is to foster understanding and gentle dialogue, not to create division. Historical factors, cultural factors, economic factors, and how these practices are changing in our modern, interconnected world. The human-animal bond is one of the most powerful connections we can experience. For thousands of years, dogs and cats have lived alongside humans, protectors, helpers, friends. The consumption of dog and cat meat is not a modern phenomenon. It has roots that go back thousands of years in various parts of the world. Archaeological evidence suggests early humans consumed dogs. Europe, the Americas, Asia. In ancient times, the line between livestock and companion animals was not always as clear. Animals were often valued for their utility, hunting, guarding, as a source of food. This was a practical reality for many early societies struggling to survive. Historical records from many cultures document these practices. In parts of ancient China, certain dogs were raised for meat. In ancient Rome and among the Gauls, dog meat was eaten. These practices were often localized, not universal. Cultural traditions play a significant role in shaping what people eat. In some societies, the consumption of dog or cat meat is a long-standing culinary practice. It can be associated with specific festivals, traditions, medicinal beliefs. For example, in some regions, dog meat is believed to have warming properties, making it a popular dish during the cold winter months. These beliefs are passed down through generations and become an ingrained part of the local culture. For people who grow up in these environments, it is seen as a normal part of their cuisine, much like eating beef or chicken is in other parts of the world. It is also important to recognize that these practices are not uniform. Even within a single country, there can be vast differences in attitudes and behaviors. What might be a common practice in one province could be rare or completely absent in another. In fact, in many of these countries, there is a growing and very vocal opposition to the practice, driven by a rising pet-loving culture. Beyond cultural traditions, simple survival has been a powerful reason for the consumption of dogs and cats throughout history. During times of famine, war, extreme poverty, people have had to turn to any available source of food to stay alive. In these desperate circumstances, the distinction between a pet and a food source can quickly disappear. When a family is starving, they will do what is necessary to survive. This is a grim reality documented in many parts of the world, including in Europe during periods of great conflict or economic depression, including in America during periods of great conflict or economic depression. The Siege of Paris in the 1870s is a well-documented case. Residents consumed animals from zoos and pets. The consumption of dogs and cats has been documented in various countries, but the practice is highly localized and often controversial. Specific regions and countries such as China, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, Nigeria have historical or ongoing traditions of dog meat consumption. In some of these places, specific markets and restaurants cater to this trade. However, it is essential to reiterate that this does not represent the entire country. In South Korea, for example, the practice is in sharp decline and is now largely confined to an older generation, with a strong legal and social movement pushing to end it completely. In a major city like Shanghai or Seoul, you are far more likely to see dogs being walked in parks as cherished pets than to find them on a menu. One of the most powerful drivers of change is the attitude of the younger generation. Across Asia and other regions where dog and cat consumption has been documented, young people are overwhelmingly turning away from the practice. They are more likely to have grown up with pets in their homes or to have been exposed to the idea of pet companionship through media and the internet. For them, a dog or a cat is a friend, not food. This generational shift is creating a powerful internal movement for change that is reshaping cultural norms from the inside out. The growth of pet ownership is a clear indicator of this change. In many urban centers, it is now common to see pet stores, veterinary clinics, and dog grooming salons. People are investing time, money, and emotion into their animal companions. This growing bond makes the idea of eating these animals abhorrent to an increasing number of people. As more individuals experience the joy and companionship that pets provide, the cultural acceptance of the meat trade naturally declines. The concept of cultural relativism is helpful here. It is the idea that a person's beliefs and practices should be understood based on that person's own culture. It does not mean we must agree with the practice, but it encourages us to understand it from the perspective of those who live within that culture. From their viewpoint, the distinction between which animals are acceptable to eat and which are not can seem arbitrary. They might ask why it is acceptable to eat a pig, an intelligent and social animal, but not a dog. This question highlights the cultural basis of our dietary choices. Ethical debates around this topic are complex and multifaceted. Animal welfare advocates argue that all sentient beings deserve to be treated with compassion, regardless of species. They point to the methods often used in the dog meat trade, cat meat trade, which can involve immense suffering. In the midst of these complex global discussions, a clear and compassionate voice for education is essential. According to Dr. Elie, a dedicated veterinarian and animal advocate, the key to lasting change is not judgment, but understanding and education. Our goal should always be to build bridges, not walls. Education is the most powerful tool we have. When people learn about the intelligence and the emotional capacity and are given alternatives, they choose compassion. It is opening hearts and minds, one person at a time. Dr. Elie emphasizes promoting responsible pet ownership, proper nutrition, regular veterinary care. Putting these principles into action is the core mission of Dr. Elie Pet Rescue. We do everything we can to save the lives of those who matter most. This dedicated organization works on the front lines, rescuing animals, neglect, abuse, danger. The team provides immediate medical care, food, a safe place to heal. Many of the animals arrive in poor condition, injuries, malnutrition, fear. The first step is always to stabilize them, providing whatever veterinary treatment is necessary to ease their pain and begin their recovery. This critical work is the foundation of every rescue story. Dr. Elie Pet Rescue is a 100% nonprofit organization. It operates entirely without any government funding, relying solely on the generosity of compassionate individuals from around the world. Every single donation goes directly toward animal care. This includes the costs of food, shelter, extensive medical treatments, surgeries, vaccinations, rehabilitation programs. The organization is run by a small team of dedicated staff and volunteers who pour their hearts into giving each animal a second chance at a happy life. Beyond rescue, the organization is deeply committed to rehabilitation and adoption, helping them to rebuild trust in humans. Once an animal is physically and emotionally ready, the search for a forever home begins. To support this life-saving work, Dr. Elie has also launched a unique skincare line. The mission-driven brand offers products that are gluten-free, paraben-free, and talc-free. They are FDA-approved and, most importantly, completely cruelty-free, never tested on animals. The most remarkable aspect of this initiative is that 100% of the proceeds from the skincare line go directly to funding the operations of Dr. Elie Pet Rescue. This innovative model allows supporters to contribute to the cause while purchasing high-quality products that align with their ethical values, creating a sustainable source of funding for the rescue's vital mission. Dr. Elie believes education, compassion, and responsible animal care are essential regardless of cultural background. Responsible pet ownership, animal welfare, veterinary care, rescue, and rehabilitation. The importance of treating animals humanely. Despite the difficult nature of this topic, the future is filled with hope. The stories of rescued animals are powerful testaments to the resilience of the spirit and the transformative power of kindness. Consider the story of a dog rescued from a meat truck, terrified and shut down. With months of patient care, medical treatment, and gentle affection at a rescue center, he slowly began to trust. Today, he lives in a loving home, where his favorite activities are snuggling on the couch and playing fetch in the park. His journey from victim to beloved companion is a beacon of hope. Similarly, there are countless stories of cats rescued from dire situations who go on to become treasured members of a family. A tiny kitten found abandoned and sick with the help of rescuers grows into a healthy, playful cat who brings joy every day. Each successful adoption is a victory. It not only saves one life, but also enriches the lives of the people who open their homes. These individual stories are what fuel the animal welfare movement, reminding us that every effort, no matter how small, makes a real difference. The global shift in consciousness is undeniable. The circle of compassion is widening. More and more people are recognizing animals as sentient beings who deserve our protection and respect. The work of animal welfare groups, the changing attitudes of younger generations, and the increasing number of legal protections all point toward a more compassionate future. The progress may seem slow at times, but it is steady and it is moving in the right direction. Every conversation, every donation, and every act of kindness contributes to this positive momentum. The journey to a world where all dogs and cats are safe from harm is a long one, but it is a journey we are making together. It requires us to be informed, to be empathetic, and to support those who are doing the difficult work on the ground. While cultures and traditions may differ around the world, compassion is a language everyone understands. By choosing to support rescue efforts, we can each be a part of the solution and help write more hopeful stories for animals in need. To support the life-saving work of Dr. Elie Pet Rescue, please consider making a donation. The organization's EIN can be found in the description below. While cultures and traditions may differ around the world, compassion is a language everyone understands. Through education, awareness, and responsible care, we can continue improving the lives of animals everywhere. Please donate using the link in the bio and caption. Dr. Elie Pet Rescue is a 100% nonprofit organization. Every donation goes directly toward feeding, rescuing, treating, and caring for animals nationwide.